there was another big race outbreak, and there was a big race debate, and the attention was on, I can't remember which one it was, but it was either the evil queen or not evil queen, we don't know, going into swearing shepherdess's box, and it was the emojis and so on and so forth, and it was a really big thing. And I've just noticed a pattern of behaviour. Whenever racism things kick off, there are the same creators doing the same deflection tactics. And I want you to keep a lookout for when these things happen. Right now it's a conspiracy theory, but right now I've got 2 in 2. So if it happens again, I've got my suspicions.
What, you think that Ems is a smokescreen?
Yeah, I don't know how, maybe, like, I know it sounds mad, but every single time the app is on fire and there's division and deflection, she randomly goes out and brings home something and puts herself in danger, and the views fly up, and everyone forgets, and everyone's not quite as hot as they were, because they also want to talk about Ems's issue, and the For You pages, oh, we'll talk about the Ems thing because that's more important. Oh, we don't want to talk about the racism. I just
like what happens in the actual news, isn't it? It's like
I want people to take a look out.
Yeah, it's like what happens in the actual media. You know how it's like, oh, when something's going on in the government, and then they're like, oh, look over there, there's boats, there's people coming in. And they just divert our gaze to something that they want us to look at.
It's either a distraction, or she's like a bit of a narcissist and she can see the attention's not on her, and she goes, well, I'm going to set this place, I'm going to get your attention back.
Can I just quickly intervene? Because, sorry, it's right on topic, and thanks for having me up, Devon. Hope everybody's well. Quickly, though, I just wanted to say I did actually catch Ems last night mention something about that, exactly what you're going on about now, the topic. So when she come on, I just noticed she had loads of views, so I was like, oh, what's going on? I knew something's happening, and she brought it up right then. She said, oh, everybody's about to get together now, and they're all going to get excited because they think they're going to get the views, because all the creators are going to get together and hatch it out, obviously, about what was going to go on No Face, No Cases platform. She went, but now look at it. She was like, I've got the views and all that. So she knew what she was doing, like you just said, you know, she knew that someone else was going to get the views last night, and she thought, well, let me, you know, go on further and get them views in. So yeah, what you said was bang on point.
Right. Do you know what I think it is? I think nowadays, like, sorry, I just thought I'd come on and just say this bit. I think nowadays people's like morals has gone like literally so wrong because of the money, where it should be morals over money, not money over morals, if you get me. Like,
yeah, 100%. It should always be morals.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
it should always be morals first. But with these,
100%.
Their life is literally, they live, breathe, and, you know, the app, right? That's all they do, literally. Like, they don't know any. It's not any better because they know they know better. But that's what they're used to. You know, that's how they get their kick in life, say, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like, you've got your typical, you know, names that we could name now. Ems, Angie, you know, Evil Queen's one of them. There's loads of them, and Zap the Brat. You know, they're all the same. They all literally come on here having to do the same thing, and they wouldn't have any content if they weren't doing that. Then also they would have literally no life, and they have no life in us people who have actual lives. They have no life towards, but to them, this is for their life, you know? That's what they think this is.
Yeah, no, I get that, but I just feel like people's like losing their own like perception of who they are as a person. Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, be yourself. And I feel like, you know, at the end of the day, you know, people's going to respect you more if you just, you know, yourself, and you're not just coming on and being something that you're not and doing it.
I don't think that's true. I think Zach showed his true self last night.
I don't. No, I'm just speaking on like just, you know, it all. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm not speaking on just one specific person.
Yeah. I've got the video here, by the way, Devon. I've got the video if you want it.
Perfect.
It's a black screen, the one I've got, so I don't like it. I'll just play the sound.
That's fine. We only need the sound.
This is
Can I just confirm, the reason I popped back up again is because there's definitely 2 videos, because he says the N slur twice.
Yes.
Right, okay, cool.
Right, well,
I
I've got
also
one.
want, if anyone can get it, hit some of the after videos and the one where he's speaking to Corey, Angie, and Mad Hatter as well.
Devon, if you message me WhatsApp number or something, I've got every single one of them, so I can send them all over to you. I don't want to play them on my platform only because, of course, I don't want to get a ban or anything on this platform.
I actually have like loads of videos favorited for like a little movie night, but I don't prep my lives. I wasn't expecting this, so we're just chilling. So yeah, we'll play the video.
Yeah, trigger warnings, and also let's mute up when the videos are played or heard, please.
Yeah, this is the only one I could find at the moment.
Guys, because I've literally got to leave for the school run, but I'm going to stay in the comments while I listen.
Love, enjoy.
Thanks again, bye.
The evidence Miss Red wouldn't play.
Let me play that again.
Trigger warning, guys.
I think he's actually having a wee while he's saying it, you know. Was that clear?
Rewind again. Rewind again.
Rewind again. Oh. And my thing is this, right? That word doesn't come out of your mouth unless you use it. Right? I mean, it doesn't matter how drunk I am, there's words that I just don't use, and not in my normal vocabulary. Mm-hmm. And for anyone to sit and say, oh, I was drunk or this and the other, that word has got to be in your vocabulary. If I'm annoyed, I'll use the C word. Right, that's in my vocabulary. I'll throw that out like there's no tomorrow. But words like that...
Do you have the next video as well?
Which one's the next one?
The one where he's talking to the dog.
Right, let me have a look.
I will do.
I've seen any of these videos myself.
So for anyone that hasn't heard, this is
when he
Zach
says
the Brat.
the S word, is that the one?
Yeah, there's that one, and there's also one where he refers to his dog as it. And I have an interesting thing to speak about on that. Something that EQ said as well.
That's a problem as well. Like,
I think
I'll scroll while I'm.
I think he right. So EQ used it as kind of maybe he was talking to the dog. I think that a lady came up here who's quite observant. She's autistic. She's on the autistic spectrum, so she notices a lot of things, and she's also a Zach the Brat fan. And she says that he treats the other dog in a different way. I know it sounds weird, but he talks to the black dog in a different way. And EQ said, well, maybe that's his name. I feel like off camera, no, he's not. I'm not saying that he's talking to the dog. He's definitely saying it in general. But I also feel like that's what he calls his dog. That's how casual that I think that he uses the terminology. I think amongst his friends, that dog is called that as well.
Yeah, Devon, he absolutely says to... So the female dog is a black dog, right? And he says, move NB1H.
Correct.
Yeah.
And you can tell when someone is part of their dialogue. You can tell when someone uses it.
What needs to be done? People need to cancel their subs, stop gifting him, stop watching him, stop giving him the views. The only way you can deal with people that do this stuff is for them to hold themselves accountable, but we've got to hold ourselves accountable as viewers. Would we hang around with somebody that's using that word? I wouldn't. So why are we watching them?
Sorry to interrupt you. The reason why I asked for 2 minutes is you've pointed that out, and do you know what? It's really weird. I follow him, but I'm not a massive fan because he gives off a bit of a weird vibe for me. But he has 2 dogs, black and a white dog. Okay, both French bulldogs, whatever. He always is with that white dog all the time, and he calls the black dog, generally, I'm not talking about these videos, I'm talking about the black dog, he says that she is a effing bitch, and he's always sitting cuddling the white dog and etc. And do you know what, I have thought it was weird. I've got dogs, so I thought it was really weird. I've got 4 dogs, and my dogs are not treated differently at all. My dogs all get the same attention. Even though one is a knobhead, one isn't a knobhead, they still get the same attention. And I have actually thought about it weirdly before because of that, because I've always sat there thinking, that black dog doesn't get any attention. Like, you never see him cuddling the dog or anything. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say. Sorry. It was, when you said it, I was like, oh my God, somebody else is thinking on my wavelength. But yeah, thank you.
If there is anyone in the comments that is like who disagrees with any of this stuff, like this isn't like a hate live. We're just trying to present. Yeah, we're presenting like facts.
I think Kate,
Can you drop me, please? Sorry.
Yeah, of course. I think maybe Kate Walls, are you there? Because I feel like I've seen that picture, and you're not my biggest fan, so I'm going to give you a platform to speak up.
Your biggest fan?
I'm not sure. Maybe I've got the wrong person, but.
No, the reason I come up, Devon, was people in the comments were saying about Miss Red hasn't been on the last 2 days because of what's happened. And just to explain, Miss Red has a death in her family. Her family just was in the hospital, has obviously passed away, so that's why she wasn't on. The other thing you were saying, about M's, every time something happens, I think the one you're talking about was Corey and AR. That as well. That as well. Remember? So I think that was the last thing we're in. Now, it's saying that the other night, people were bringing that up and saying, it seems when Em sees something happening, she does something. I will say to you, the night before Shaq done that, she had made arrangements with that fella that she's with for him to come up last night.
Okay.
Be careful. That's all I want to say to you. And listen, I'm not a big fan of anybody. Just go around places. If I have an opinion, I have an opinion. But believe me, I've never said anything rude or ignorant.
Guys, Miss Red was on this morning. Miss Red really poorly addressed the Zach situation. She wouldn't play the video. She wouldn't play the recording, which is why Angel was saying, like, well, let's play it in here. She said that she's not going to play it in her live. And then basically, Devon probably can explain it better for himself, but it became not a safe place for people who had a different point of view to her.
Yeah. So while people are here, I'm going to address the Miss Red thing. I don't know how many people are in there. Miss Red, I want to bring this to people's attention as to why I call her platform biased. And I'm not slagging her off, as she says. I'm merely having a criticism, right? When I was on the stage, I wasn't aware of it at the time. She ran a poll of whether people feel that her room is a safe space. When I left her live and went to a different room, a lot of people were coming in saying that they voted in that poll. And they had voted no, they didn't feel safe. A lot of those people were blocked and muted.
Yeah, would you drop me down, please? Thank you.
Of course I can. And I think that's very important to know. And that's something that no one would find out unless you go to other spaces. And I'll say it, it's not the race card. There were members of the black community that were in that poll. And the whole point of the poll was to say, we don't feel like we have a voice. When people had a voice and said that they didn't feel comfortable, they were muted and blocked. For me, that needs addressing.
And at the end, don't forget, she mocked it. Bye bye, baby, baby. Do you remember?
Correct.
Should white people have been voting in that poll? Was it a safe space? Were they making it a safe space to talk about racism?
That's also a fantastic point.
White people really shouldn't be voting because it doesn't matter whether we go up there or not. Do you know what I mean? Like, the voices that would need to be heard, that need a safe space to be heard, surely are the people of colour.
And after we've been in the box, I noticed in the comments, everybody, like, her, what do you call it, followers, groupies? They was all like, it was like, you're attacking Miss Red, when both Devon and me went up to give our own opinion on the situation.
Angel, you and me have spoken before a long time ago, because I don't go live so much now. And you've always been very passionate when you're passionate. And Devon clearly has that passion. He was frustrated, clearly, because he was being dogpiled a little bit. And he was passionate. I didn't like that the comments in the, like, not misread, it was in the comments saying about how angry he was and stuff. And he wasn't angry. He was just so passionate.
And he's the one that's been racially, he was the one that was being racially abused, yeah? Where's the apologies? And as soon as he went to express himself in the box, cockapoo, all them people just jumped on him. Like, let the guy speak.
A lot of people are asking, Carol, very quickly. A lot of people are asking if a platform is biased, and you don't feel safe, why would you go in there? It's a very good question. I respect it, because when the subjects that are being brought up are race related, you do have to have black voices having their say. Whether I like Miss Red's platform or I like Miss Red, or there's even people within my own community we don't get on. Like, for instance, a Gem Zeno. I don't like Gem Zeno, right? But if she was racially abused, I'll stand there and I'll speak with her. And that is why I would still go to a platform that I don't feel safe in, because I feel passionately about the topic that's being spoken on, even though it doesn't want to be spoken on. That's my answer to that, but everyone could carry on.
People keep saying about education.
Video, please, just to show the proof of the dog thing, because people are asking for it. I don't have 2 phones, otherwise I'd do it.
I can't find the dog video.
I don't know what I've got, but the thing is, somebody sent me this is the volume on the phone, so I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be loud enough. I'm going to try. If not, somebody else, yeah?
Okay.
So,
Mute up.
Huh?
Not you, Goddess. I was saying everyone else, just so there's no echo.
So I'm going to try, guys,
up?
but if it's no good, it's an old phone. Somebody else will have to... I don't know if you can hear it or not. Hang on. Hold up. Is it playing? Sorry, guys. You can't hear it. I don't know if... Could you hear any of that?
No, unfortunately. I just wanted to address Rowan. I'll sort it out when I'm going to get home and charge my phone as well. Rowan, you said that she blocked and removed them because it wasn't a safe space for them. Okay, I'll accept that. Say that she was thinking about their mental health and it's an unsafe space. Why then did she put on a song and sing "Bye bye baby, baby bye bye"? That is antagonistic. You don't care about the person that you're blocking. You don't care that they feel it's an unsafe space. That is a personal attack, and that is you taking personally just somebody's opinion. There's a difference. If I was trying to protect someone, yesterday there were people started infighting on my stage. And Torian was the target of some of that because she chooses to go into whatever spaces she chooses to go in. Somebody tried to address Torian. I made a choice as the host to protect Torian. I moved her from the stage. What I didn't do was remove her from the stage and sing at her on the way out.
It was after a live, one of her morning shows, and I was so shocked. It was her and Miss J at the time. And I was like, what? Because you're looking at her as professional. She was singing, what is it? My front, my back, my and my... Do you know? I was like, what? Just like today when she played the Bye Bye Baby.
And there's a lot of things that happen on this app where people use songs to taunt and mock. And it was something that I wanted to bring up during the Pearlgate with me. In those weeks, they were also going at Ems, and they mocked her via song. They were playing the Run Rabbit song and making jibes at her rabbit face, whatever. They were also sang they said it was Beetlejuice, and they were dressed as Beetlejuice, and it was the song "Come Mr. Taliban, Tani a Banana." Now, on its own, there's nothing wrong with that because you think, oh yeah, they're just mocking Beetlejuice. But when you take into account that every time Pearl and Angie fight each other, they sing songs at each other. It is a pattern of behaviour. So why am I not to believe that that song is a taunt to me? When somebody has almost called you a M-word, you're then singing, "Come Mr. Taliban, Tani a Banana." Am I stupid? It's a pattern of behaviour. now you're taking songs seriously. I am taking songs seriously because it is a pattern of behaviour that they use to insult people. And I'm not stupid. That's why I take it seriously. But I'm going to hand the live over to you guys for a second because I need to get in and charge my phone.
Guys, I'm going to drop down to make sure that there's space for other people. But yeah, Jodie or anyone else in the box, do we have a clearer copy of the video? Because the N slur was used twice, and also the slurs against the disabled community too. We haven't heard those.
I'll have a look if I can find it. I only jumped up just because I was coming up to give a bit of advice, just because my background's law and I work with like local government and things, and there are stuff that you guys can do to get this to not so much to stop, but to get TikTok to like shape up a little bit and actually do something. Because on an individual basis, all you can really do is go to the police and make reports. But as a whole, they aren't doing what they're meant to be doing with their own community guidelines. They're breaking the law. There's loads of things. But I was just going to offer, if I wrote a template of a letter or an email and a list of all like the MP email addresses, contact details, if people would be willing, I'll just put it in my link tree or something and people can email her out. And this stuff is already under investigation by the Information Commissioner's Office. The government are investigating, and because it's a 13 plus app, the pressure could help, you know. And it's statistics like the amount of reports that you've made and how many responses you've had back with action. Because me personally, I don't think there's ever been any that's actually been actioned. Ofcom as well, yeah, guys. So
what action can they take as it's not a British based app?
They can, the reporting mechanisms is different for every country anyway. So they can have reporting mechanisms for UK creators. So say they make a racial slur, in my mind, that should be a one and done. Saying the N-word, that should be your account removed completely. But they're having AI monitoring accounts, and it's clearly not working. And people making reports, say there's about 100 reports for each creator or something. I don't understand why that's not taken, it's not escalated how it should be. And these are actual crimes, and it's not even just the racial slurs, it's all the discrimination, plus like the SH and on live, that's glorified in SH. That's a crime under the Malicious Communications Act that's recently come out. But yeah, I was just thinking, like, I'm happy to write the letter. Obviously, me on my own, there's not a lot that I can do, but I'm happy to write it and people can send it out if I put a list of like the contact details.
I'll be doing it.
Or or you could post a video with the template so people can copy the template as well if they don't.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Because it will get out to more people.
What about things that's been like obviously screenshotted and that about people?
Yeah, anything you can get really. So I might just put a video together of things that I'm looking for that would help in making this letter. So stuff like how many times you've personally reported various creators. It doesn't really matter for what, but what you've reported them and how many responses back you've had with actual consequences, because I don't really get any back. It always comes up with no violation.
No violation.
You know? Yeah, so like any screenshots like that would help. Any instances, like maybe like some statements from people who's been affected by like racial slurs, by the like any against disability, you know, any discriminatory comments, how it's made you feel. So I'll just make some notes. I'll try and put some stuff together. Anyone who does want to get involved, just let me know or keep an eye out. I'll post a video and I'll just make a letter, because I'm quite good with that stuff from a legal background, and I'll just make note of these people get like police reports against them. That's obviously costing the government money, things like that, you know.
When you drop down, can you add me, because I can't follow you up here?
Oh yeah, of course, no problem. But yeah, I'll have a look into it later, do some research on it, and I'll see what I can get done. But I do think the more pressure we do, it's not going to be a quick fix. But obviously in the long run, it'll be something done about it, because they are being investigated now.
But finally, this is what I was saying today. We need action. It can't keep being. No more can happen. The violations are too disgusting. So I'm definitely in.
Can I ask who's being, like? Can you say who's being investigated or no?
Not TikTok as a whole. The Information Commissioner's Officer. They all of it for information security. You know, they're investigating them. They were fined 12 million last year for safeguarding children's data. They've been investigated again this year. They've been investigated by the government for how they safeguard children. So there's numerous different things. They are being looked into at the moment. So the more that we can put pressure on certain areas, they'll look into that as well, because they are currently being investigated, if that makes sense.
Guys, has anybody got a camera too in here?
Yeah, I'm going to jump down now because I'm just waiting for my son to come out of school. I'll see what I can get done today. I'll add you back, Angel Goddess. And if anyone got any questions, of like, even if you want to make police reports, I can point you in the right direction. So if there's anything people need.
The police don't do anything because they say, like, obviously, you know, TikTok isn't UK based, is it? It's China.
No. It's it's difficult, but if there's anything I can do to help, obviously there's not a lot I can do, so I'll try my best. I'm gonna pop down. If you don't
I think people are so comfortable with being abusive on TikTok. Every time, like, you imagine how many police reports, the police get. They can't do. I get that they can't deal with every single one, but like if you see videos or if you have screen recorded, email them with the template Jodie's talking about.
You
know, download those videos.
But it should still get to a stage where, like, enough's enough. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it should do, but
exactly.
And think about how much money it costs. Say, even with Marcus M's, how many times the police have gone to her, how many times the ambulances have gone to her. Like, she should have been banned forever, you know. But I'm going to jump down now.
But TikTok are not going to ban her, are they? Because look how much money she is making them for the gifts she's getting.
I ain't going to say nothing on air because I get told I'm a clout chaser on here, so, you know.
Apparently Dave is talking about us, which is...
Yeah, we need the camera too.
What could Dave No, we don't. I don't do cam 2s, but here's the thing, right? My problem with Dave is this, and I'll say it while he's talking about me. Anytime this issue has come up, he did it when the EQ thing happened, and he did it yesterday. He doesn't he always says this: why has it got to be racism? Why are we ignoring the fact that EQ said this about King Louis? And yesterday he said, why has it got to be about racism? Why is nobody talking about the S word? Let me tell you, they are both disgusting, and we talk about both of them. So why does he come up on stage and pretend that we don't talk about those things? Sorry, Mama Bear. Go on.
That's like saying if somebody's doing a live about breast cancer, why are they not talking about testicular cancer? They both exist, but you talk about what's close to you, don't you?
Dev, Miss Red is on with Dave now. Yeah. I'm listening.
What I found on this app is that if you speak truth and if you speak facts, or you know, you're really passionate about something, people sat there like they don't want to hear you out because they don't want to.
Right? These people annoy me because they give it the moral high ground that, you know, what's been said is disgusting, blah blah blah, and then like 2 minutes later they're in their lives supporting them. It's like a whole millisecond.
Happy face for Cam 2.
Listen, I've had Marcus M's sit there and call my kids brats, yeah?
Oh, don't.
Right? And every time I've tried to speak about it, I always get called this, that and the other. So it gets to a point where you're just like, well, who can you turn to? Who can you speak to? Because no one wants to listen. No one wants to listen to, like, truth or facts, do you know what I mean, about anyone, because they all turn their back on you.
But I think the only way we're going to stop any of this is by actually sticking together.
100%.
Is by actually, like, standing with each other.
Yeah.
Rather than just saying the words, actually doing what we say we're going to do. And that's with, like, the black community, that's with the disabled community, that's with everybody that this is affecting.
Tia, come up. Jump up, Tia.
We all need to stick together, and we all actually need to do. I don't know what we're going to. That's the question I wanted to ask.
That's the problem, isn't it? What can we do? Because I mean, everyone's going on about education. We don't need educate. We know the N word is disgusting. We know the S slur is disgusting. We don't need educating on it. My kids know that's wrong.
The thing is, there's people on this app.
Children.
No.
there's people on this app that's got families and friends and children that's, you know, that is disabled.
Yeah,
and
that's where the education needs to come from.
Yeah, like my little girl, she's, you know, she's got disabilities and that. So it's not nice to hear things like that. It's like, what the hell? Why are you saying
1
that?
minute, guys.
I don't mean in the disabled. I don't mean in the black community, because obviously that word, everybody knows that word.
Yeah.
But in regards to like people with disabilities, education on actual disabilities is needed, because people just don't know what we're talking about.
Guys, 1 second. We're gonna come to Miss Reds, because apparently it's quite bad.
Yeah, I think they've stopped talking about it now.
Make them chat much. They're going to need the doctors and get some fucking cream.
Nah, listen, thrush is the worst thing. I swear to God.
Have I ever had thrush? I've had thrush.
Yeah, they've stopped talking about it now, but just a minute ago, Dave was saying, there's 700 people in there and you've got 4,500 people in here and they're all just jealous of you because they can't. Absolutely ridiculous.
Yes, I'm jealous. We are all jealous of people that are uneducated, that think that saying these words are acceptable. They are not. And
I just think people need to go and get their head checked. Like, what is it about the views? Like, who cares about the views? Do you know what I mean? Like,
and do you know what?
Yeah.
No one's the only time that Miss Red's been mentioned in here, we've said what she did wrong and called out behaviour, and we can't believe holding racism live and then allowing certain things to go on in her lives.
I find it really hypocritical that she's got the nerve to come on and have a go at what Zach said, yet she'll still have Pearl in the box, considering what Pearl said. She'll still have, like, Angie in the box, or whoever. Do you know what I'm saying?
And she stuck up for Pearl as well.
Yeah, exactly.
She stuck up for Pearl.
I refuse to have conversations about racism, about disability, about ableism with people who don't know what the words mean. I discovered that yesterday. If you ever have a discussion with any of these ignorant people and you ask them what racism even is, they don't know. I can't discuss it with you.
Because you can't educate the stupid, that's why. Yeah. And unfortunately, that's just how you come across these people in life, where, you know, what they think is what goes. Well, no, actually, let's bring you back down to the real world, shall we? If you were walking down the street and you used to say to somebody, "Oh, your son's an S," or "You are an M," what do you think would happen?
You get
I'll tell you what would happen. If you were to say that to me about my child, I'd floor you.
Exactly.
Simple as. And if you said the N-word to a black person on the street, you can imagine what the outcome would be.
The thing is, like, even, like, on this app, like, you can't even speak about like genuine people that suffers with, like, even mental health. Like, you know, you can't even speak about it nowadays because people use that as a thing to get views and stuff like that. And I'm not saying everyone, you know what I mean?
They've diluted the word.
Yeah. So yeah. Exactly, and this is what I'm saying. You can't even say that you've got something nowadays because everyone's going, "Oh, well, you're using the mental health card." Like, hang on a minute, like, you know, even with like Black Lives Matter, like, why is people being so like critical about people? Because at the end of the day, we're all human.
So I'm gonna say, sorry, Lala, to interrupt you. I need to say one thing, right? Apparently.
The Observer, providing you with the latest TikTok drama from across the UK.